My name's Abdullah. I'm 24 and I live in Melbourne. I started cycling more frequently. Like I moved from Adelaide to Melbourne to come to university. I never really went to university, so I got a job. And then I just started riding my bike to just to work. So I'd just like ride to St Kilda and back every day. And I thought it was like the biggest journey ever. Like I felt so cool. I got an addictive personality, man. So once I start, it's hard to stop. You know, so that's where I'd start doing like 2 or 3 months and then I'd get over it. And just from there, like on and off, maybe 3 years ago, maybe. You know, I don't even know when I heard about ultra endurance or where I saw it. It was just an evolution. Like, it's just one of those things, like you go a certain distance and you think, like, oh, maybe I could do a bit more, and then maybe do a bit more, and maybe do a bit more, and then you hear about someone doing a bit more. You know, you do one big one, you think, I'm gonna do another one, and then you find yourself in a spot when you're doing, the rides get pretty long. They call it the Indo-Pacific Wheel Race, but it's 5,500 kilometers. It starts in Fremantle, near the water, and it finishes at Sydney Harbour Bridge. The route this race goes through is crazy. Maybe for 100 k's leaving Fremantle, it's just like any city, but then it's real desolate across the Nullarbor, and then you come through Adelaide and you go through some hills in the Great Ocean Road through Melbourne, and then you kind of hit the Alpine region towards Sydney. So you get to see like all these, really some of the most remote, beautiful places of Australia. I'm not too sure on the specifics of the rule, but it's like you can't receive any support that anyone else wouldn't be able to receive on the route, or they're able to utilise, you know? So like, if there's a bike shop, or that's okay. If there's a motel, that's okay. But like, if your mum lives on the route, you can't go stay with your mum. Unsupported for these races means that just like, you're just on your own, basically. It has to be kind of like raw in a sense that it's just got to be you and the bike, like nothing else. And there's no real band-aids you can use. So you have to try and formulate this training plan where it's just all you have to rely on is yourself. And obviously food to keep you moving. I mean, in a race like that, you can ride with people, but if you're trying to make progress at a quick rate, you can't be riding with anyone. So in your training, you're by yourself also. So it's just creating that scenario in your training that is going to happen when you're out there. So it's not like a shock when you get out there, it's something you're not used to. It was different for me because I had just spent 3 months by myself training. I don't know how to explain it to you, it was just different. I wasn't used to it. I really wanted to keep it, you know, just me versus myself. I didn't want to get caught into like, oh, I'm racing you, I want to be the number one. You want to be efficient with your energy, and all your energy needs to go into just turning the pedals. You know, whether that gave me a big lead, a small lead, I wasn't really concerned. It ended up giving me a big lead. You know, I was physically in pretty good shape, man, but it's still, you can't really physically prepare yourself for a ride like this. You can't go ride this in training because it just destroys you. Like it takes months to feel good again. Like my knees were like so fat, like my quad and my knee and my calf and my ankle were all the same size. Like it was heinous. It was just so horrendous to look at. Like my goal was just to do my best, you know, and I knew I wasn't going to stop because of a swollen knee or a swollen calf. I think you just learn from any sort of challenge that you realise that the end point is not some like monumental moment where like you get on your knees and you start crying, and it's like, it's kind of a bummer, man, to be honest with you. It's like, I've just learned not to care about it because it never lives up to that expectation you have in your mind. Like, all it really is just a spot that signifies the end of this journey. The whole point isn't this opera house moment, it's every single moment that's taken place in between that start and that finish is what stays with you, and it's what is the greatest experience of it all. So the finish is just more of a celebration for the people who've watched you, and it's more of a celebration for your family. You know, your family gets so excited. I had my family there, and it's a celebration for them more than it is for yourself. You know, and I can say personally for me, I got more excited watching other people come in. Like I got excited seeing the dude who came after me, then I got more excited for myself. You're like emotionally numb, man. Like you're tired, you just want to eat, you're just in this mode of eating, sleeping, going, that it's kind of like, what now? I would definitely do it again. There's no doubt in my mind. I never thought on the whole ride that I would never do it again. It was never that bad. Like obviously it's a challenge, but you know, it's really worth it. But it's just something you can't do too frequently because it takes time to prepare, time during, and a lot of time after.